Welcome to Trending Worldwide. I'm Big Daddy Jason Harlan.
I am Joshua Micheals.
And I am Scott Adams.
We're here to talk about mostly the WWE. And that trends
Worldwide.
But we may also talk about sports or movies or other stuff going on.
Just not current events, right?
No, current events
Definitely
suck.
not current
That shit's
events.
depressing. What we're really here to talk about is the current state of the WWE, the injuries involved with the WWE, and the upcoming Royal Rumble. So let's talk about all the injured guys first. You have the face of the WWE, John Cena.
Is this really a total loss? Is this a loss to anybody at all?
It's a loss to the kids. The kids like the guy.
And definitely women do too.
But having him not at the top could be good for a lot of things.
That's very true. It already has been.
And he hasn't been at the top for at least a year.
Yeah, he's been in
Well,
the
and
U.S.
the fact that he was just recently gone for 4 months before getting re-injured, I think helped out somewhat the product.
So you're saying that him getting injured again helped the product?
In a small way.
Just him being away.
Now let's go through the roster is hurting right now.
That's an understatement.
You have Orton gone.
Yep.
You have Cena gone. You have Cesaro gone.
Oh yeah.
You have the champ, Seth Rollins.
Yeah, that's true.
You have Sin Cara, which Kalisto
Has actually taken advantage of that.
which
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
segue into that later on. But so Sin Cara's gone. Paige is out.
Yeah, with a concussion.
If you want to go back to NXT, Hideo Itami is out.
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can the WWE recover from all these injuries?
They've done it before.
Do you think any of them don't need to come back?
Don't need to come
I
back.
mean, Cena can stay off a little bit. I mean, they've done it before where he's been gone.
Seems like Paige is not really being missed.
Is Cena going to come back as a heel?
No.
Hell no.
Definitely not.
Right. It's never going to happen.
Nope.
The hashtag Internet Wrestling Community really wants Cena to turn heel. But problem is, it's never going to happen.
I think the internet wrestling community is more heel than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what about one of my favorite wrestlers, Daniel Bryan?
Does he really count as injured?
Technically, he's cleared to go by his doctors.
Just not
So if you're-
WWE.
Yes.
doctors.
Yes.
Now, how do you feel about that? You think that they should let him come in and go? I mean, do you think the WWE doctors are more knowledgeable than, let's say, his own doctors?
The question, we don't really know anything. He says his doctors have cleared him. The WWE hasn't. But we don't know. None of us have seen any of the reports. He could be fine and they could just be overprotecting him. Or he could be in danger of things happening that have happened to wrestlers in the past.
And you can't blame them for being cautious with all the stuff going around about concussions.
No.
True. Now, I'd say we use this as a segue into not predicting the Royal Rumble, but predicting possible surprise entrance in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, God. That would segue into almost everything we have to talk about.
Well,
Pretty much.
so I would go with Daniel Bryan as a
Probably.
surefire.
Well,
possible
Jericho
surprise.
would have been a surprise entrant if he wouldn't have randomly shown up and announced that he was in the Rumble.
Well, that's Jericho. Jericho likes to make an entrance.
Yeah.
You know, the thing with Chris Jericho is I'll always like the guy, but he's a company guy now.
Yep.
He's there to put people over.
He's a corporate stooge.
Pretty much.
But it's not a bad thing. The Dudley Boys have said they're back to help out the younger talent. I don't know that they're corporate stooges, but the Dudley Boys are back to help out the younger talent.
And that's pretty much, I don't think
And
they've
that's
actually
okay.
won a match since they've been in the company.
They won like 2.
You're keeping track?
Oh, yeah. So Daniel Bryan's a big possible surprise
Yeah.
entrant.
Yep.
I'm going with the inevitable NXT guys.
Finn
I mean,
Balor.
Which one?
Finn Balor,
Definitely Finn Balor.
Samoa Joe,
You're hoping.
I'm hoping for
I
Samoa
think
Joe.
we're all hoping for some.
I was a big ROH fan back in the day, so I've watched the best of Samoa Joe,
Yeah.
the best of, dare I mention, CM Punk. But I have read that, he's going to be a surprise. It's not happening, people. Punk is not coming back, at least currently. I heard Baron Corbin.
I don't know much about him. People say he's very good, and people say, but it could be a surprise, yeah. Now, we have to mention this, and this will go into a whole other topic, but everybody is calling for the random appearance of all 4 men that supposedly are coming over from New Japan Wrestling.
The Bullet Club.
Yeah.
Yes. Do we see that as happening, or is that just hoping?
I mean, they signed them.
Supposedly.
We think they
the
signed
amount of money that they might give them, they should not be in NXT.
Well, from what the rumors say, 2 of them are going to NXT, and that is Doc Gallows, Luke Gallows, Festus, or Fake Kane, and
Whatever you want to call the guy, right?
Who was the other one? Because AJ Styles,
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nakamura, and Styles were supposed to go to the main roster. Who is the other of the 4? Carl Anderson.
Yeah. Don't know much about the guy.
So he's supposed to.
I
that's what I've heard.
did, however, watch a match Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. Excellent match. AJ Styles, hands down, is still one of the best wrestlers in the world. I would go nuts if I saw AJ Styles come out in the Rumble.
I definitely would.
True. Yeah.
Now, out of Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Finn Balor, as big surprise entrant possibilities, who do you think will get the biggest pop?
Honestly, from WWE standards, from the audience in WWE, I would say Finn Balor.
Yeah.
Finn Balor.
Probably.
People know of AJ Styles, but they're
Now
waiting for Finn.
Does the question is does the Yes Movement still exist?
Oh, they're saying it now.
Do you have to ask the answer and have us answer the way we're expected to that?
Every time.
Yes!
Oh.
Yes!
Jesus Christ.
Yes! Yes! Oh wait. No?
No, definitely no.
No.
Well, I think Daniel Bryan would get the biggest pop at this point.
He would.
Or here's the other rumor. Going back to the injured guys, I've heard that Cesaro is actually rehabbing ahead of Speed.
That's no surprise.
Ahead of Speed?
He's a freak.
Speed. Do you see Cesaro being a surprise entrant?
Yes.
Can you see Cesaro versus AJ Styles, finisher for finisher inside the Royal Rumble?
That would be insane. Do you see Cesaro winning the Rumble?
No.
No. At least
Never.
not this year.
So going with that, who's your number 1 pick to win the Rumble?
Probably Triple H at this point.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, yeah.
They say there are 3 potential possibilities. Triple H, so that Reigns can take the belt back from him at Mania. Reigns going over, which would be just a total waste of the entire Rumble. Or Brock Lesnar, which I don't want to hear your response.
Now, mind you, Josh does have a Suplex City shirt on.
Yeah.
And you have the young people are not going to have any idea what shirt that is because it's covered by the title, but still.
Or they're not going to have any idea what this is. This is the European title, which Rusev should be European champ right now. Or I can't remember the jackass name.
What about somebody being this championship?
Well,
which I can't see anyways, but the mini ECW title.
Well, I was talking about see, he's so irrelevant at this point.
Yeah.
Barrett.
Oh,
Barrett could be a good U.S. or European champion.
He would though.
But I'm going with Triple H. I can't stand Brock Lesnar. In all honesty, I liked Brock Lesnar when he was there back in the day. His original feuds with Kurt Angle were on par with some of the best.
You mean Buddha Belly Brock?
Yeah.
Well,
But that was great wrestling back in the day.
definitely.
Now, Brock Lesnar he's an attraction. He is. But he doesn't do anything for me as a fan. for him to keep beating the crap out of people and stay around for a while. If you're going to be champ, you need to be there. I'm sorry. Yes, back in the day, you could argue that Bruno held the title for 4 years, and was never around, or Hogan was never around. But you have weekly television now.
Yeah.
Back then, you didn't have weekly television. You barely had TV at all.
True.
So, I for one, would be very upset if Brock wins the Rumble. I'd be okay with Triple H.
Yeah, give him one more reign.
Give him one more reign. It should be him that's tied with Flair and not Cena.
Yeah, definitely.
True.
There's two other guys that I would love to see win the Royal Rumble that are veterans. Chris Jericho and Kane. Kane should have won the Rumble long time ago.
I don't know what we're listening to in the back. I'm going to go change the music.
That sounds like Taz.
It does.
Good guy. I know his buddy Joey Numbers. But anyway, so I think the overall pick is Triple H.
Probably the most highest percentage to win it this year.
I heard a small rumor about The Rock coming back. Do we think The Rock wins the Rumble?
Well, The Rock's always
coming back. Yeah.
Well, he's always rumored to come back.
Right.
This time of year, anyways.
So what about The Rock winning the Rumble?
Is he going to give himself a hernia again?
I wouldn't be okay with The Rock.
No. They need to go away from the part-time talent. Winning.
Now, who do I think should be the up-and-comer to win the Rumble? Kevin Owens.
Hands down.
Of course.
Hands down.
Now, if Kevin Owens doesn't win the Rumble, I want to see Kevin Owens.
Not even. I don't think Kevin Owens is even in the Rumble because he's got a title match.
That doesn't mean
that.
anything.
Yeah, they've pulled double duty.
Austin pulled double duty when he won in
2001.
2001. I mean, if Kevin Owens doesn't win the Rumble, Kevin Owens, Brock Lesnar, WrestleMania, book it. It's been said. Kevin Owens wants it. We don't know if Brock Lesnar wants it, but
Owens definitely
who cares?
does.
Who cares what Brock Lesnar wants?
Wow, you really don't like him, do you?
I'm just over the guy. He is an attraction at this point. You can't tell me the kids, the main part of the WWE universe at this point, aside from us older, seasoned fans, if you will.
Is this bad that we're now considered older, seasoned fans, with the exception of Josh over there?
He's
older.
seasoned.
Yeah.
Well, you're almost 90, so.
I got my Metamucil in my back.
But anyway, but what I'm saying is does Brock Lesnar even contribute to that kid fan base?
No.
No.
I don't
Not
see
a
it.
chance.
I don't. If you think about the demographic, I don't think he has anything to do with that demographic.
No. People just like to see him kick ass. That's it.
Kick ass and take names, but
That's
you know.
it.
So what are we talking about next? What's next on the agenda?
Now here's something you wanted to talk about: the U.S. title fiasco, if you will.
I don't know if I use the word fiasco. It's the way I originally said it, but a lot of people are kind of split on this. They like the idea of Kalisto having won the belt on Raw. I think every single person watching, as well as the three of us sitting here, was genuinely surprised that he won that belt.
Definitely.
It was a decent match too.
Yeah, it was a very good match for WWE. It was a very good match.
Now Del Rio, gimmick-wise, I have never cared for Del Rio. He's not a very personality.
No, he's not a very
person.
charismatic person.
They've tried to give him managers in different respects. It hasn't really helped him. On his own, as a brawler, as a wrestler, he's not bad.
He's probably one of the better wrestlers that they have.
Yeah, and he's older too. He's in his early 40s, which you can't say that about some of the other guys in their early 40s.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't mind if they could book this into a really great feud, and I think that's where they're going with it. Mm-hmm. You have a win, you have a loss. Book a feud now. instead of just having one match off. I think that's why they did it.
Now, the match on SmackDown shouldn't have been for the title.
No.
Or probably the one on Raw shouldn't have been for the title either.
Right. Well, the week before on SmackDown, he beat him, and they said that was number one contenders match, if you will. Which I don't know if number one contenders matches really exist anymore.
They really don't at this point.
But I think. Do you agree that that's where this is going? An actual feud.
I hope so, because if they keep switching the title back and forth too much.
But when was the last time you saw a feud like this, though? That it goes, that you had a win, and then you built... They haven't built a good mid-card feud in a long time. Mind you, Owens-Ambrose is great.
Oh, yeah. One of the better ones they've had in a while.
I would like to see Ambrose win the Rumble, too. But, I mean, there's too many guys right now that we want to see win it, and obviously we're just going to get Reigns. Just like last year.
Or Triple H.
Which, like I said, I'm okay with. But do you see Kalisto surprising and winning the Rumble?
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
I think you're gonna get, if you have him win, you're digging yourself a grave there.
They're not going back to another Rey Mysterio type.
What did you? So we're talking about this U.S. title match. What do you think of Raw this past Monday?
To be honest, it actually wasn't that bad.
The only good thing for me was the U.S. title issue.
Yeah.
The 1 versus all, that was stupid.
That was a handicap.
It wasn't even a 1 versus all. It was just Reigns versus Owens.
And that was excellent. Owens made Reigns look good.
Now, if it was a true 1 versus all, it would have been a slobber knocker where they would trade in and out.
It would have been a slobber knocker.
That's what it was.
Good old JR, you know.
Then there was no point in everybody else being outside them.
No.
What do you think? What do you think the going forward now? Now the Rumble's coming up. We're talking about the Rumble. What's on the road to WrestleMania here? What do we think the big main event of WrestleMania is?
Well, we have to keep in mind that at some point WWE is going to make sure we know that we can always catch any of their shows on their network for $9.99.
I mean, here's my big question. Going back to Raw, going back to the current world title scene, is Vince McMahon still relevant?
No.
Do you still get excited when you see it?
Of course.
I don't. Wait, you just said of course, and you said I don't. Which more is it?
What are we doing here? If I'll put it this way, if when he came back 2 weeks ago, Stephanie didn't say, "My father is coming back," if Vince just came out,
that would be different.
That would have been different.
Yeah.
What if he shows up in the Rumble?
99 all over again.
I wouldn't put it past him.
But
wait, are you talking about the music? Or are you talking? Oh well. Mick Foley's one of my favorite wrestlers of all time. So when he wins the Royal Rumble and enters
at number 1, apparently.
At number 1, everybody's going to have a nice day. Mick Foley is not coming back. He's not winning the Rumble. I could go on for a long time talking about how they could use Mick Foley, how they could use Austin.
Oh, sorry.
How they could use some of their legends and Hall of Famers for the current product without being in the ring. But I think that's a whole nother show.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
True.
But now let's talk about CM Punk.
Oi.
Well,
people keep saying he's coming back. Like I said, he's not coming back. It's not happening.
At least
not until he finishes his first fight and gets destroyed. I don't know the
Yeah.
guy, but supposedly they've come up with a fight for
I
him.
was still pulling for him to face the Green Ranger.
That would have been good. Jason David Frank is a hands down beast now. He does not look like Tommy Oliver anymore. He looks like an MMA fighter. At least that would have been newsworthy. I apparently the guy that he's facing is some no name. But again, I'm not a big UFC fan, so I don't know a lot of these guys' names.
I mean, I don't follow, but I know a lot of them. I've never heard this guy.
What about Kurt Angle?
I would love it if he
Is
came
Kurt
back.
Angle coming back?
It's highly doubtable at this point in time. He's supposedly retiring after his current contract in TNA.
He said that before.
He said he's not done with wrestling, though.
He's flip-flopping.
He says he's done with TNA, but he says he's not done with
Well, if
TNA.
he shows up in WWE, he'll just have the gimmick where he comes out and I don't know.
He sucks?
Yeah.
That would be very not PG.
No.
PG era trending worldwide.
I mean, we didn't even join you with that one there.
Well,
That wasn't even
I
good.
mean, they want the PG era to trend worldwide.
Yeah, they do.
But the time when they should have brought Kurt Angle back, I understand he was under contract, but his time when he should have came back is past.
No, you're right.
That was when Rusev had the U.S. title. Kurt Angle was the one that...
Still undefeated.
Right. It would have been great with Kurt Angle. Jack Swagger should have beat him at one point. I'm just saying.
Now, here's something we didn't consider talking about, but we mentioned when we were discussing what we were going to talk about. Undertaker does not have an opponent for WrestleMania.
Who's our picks?
Owens did tweet that he wanted to fight.
Fight Owens, fight.
Yep.
Or run Owens run, as he now does in WWE.
True.
Well, he fights, then runs.
Right.
So
I don't...
He's a 12-year-old school bully.
Personally, I wouldn't want to see Undertaker Owens. That's just me because I'm still an Undertaker fan. I still like to see the guy win. I'm still trying to get over Brock beating him because to me, again, Brock Lesnar is worthless.
Tell us how you really feel.
I'm just saying.
You're not
Now,
telling us anything we don't already
Loud
know.
and clear.
so Taker though, there's the match we all want to see. There's the match that everybody's wanted to see for 20 years now.
I don't think we have any idea what you're talking about.
Oh, you know.
Road
Now
Dogg?
that
No.
he's in the Hall
Now
of
that
Fame.
he's in the Hall of Fame,
Sting?
I don't think it's going to happen.
Well, I don't think Steve's even ready. Steve, wow.
Steve
Yeah,
Gordon?
Steve Gordon, yeah. So I don't think Steve's even ready to
Oh, so
go.
you know Sting on a first name basis?
Apparently so, yeah.
Good friends, all right. Can we get him on the next show?
No, I don't think that's going to happen.
Ah.
I don't think he's even ready to go. I mean,
But we don't know. There wasn't much. When John Cena gets hurt, anybody else has gotten hurt, there's been reports about it. There was only a little bit about Sting and then nothing else. So the question is was it a work? Is Sting's contract, hey, you're going to have a match here and there? Is Sting on the Brock Lesnar deal?
I think he's on
I think
the
it's a
Hall of
Sting
Fame
deal.
deal.
Yeah.
Not even Brock Lesnar.
All right, so we said no Sting, or as much as we would like that possibility of Sting Taker.
Yep.
And we all desperately want to see Taker versus Wyatt for the 998th time.
Don't get me started on that.
Don't get me started. I like Bray Wyatt in the beginning. I know your thoughts on Bray Wyatt.
Who?
Right. You could have done a lot with Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, it's WWE. What do you expect?
Mind you, his wrestling ability is not that great, but he's a decent in-ring worker.
He's a brawler.
He's a brawler. He has a stable around him. There have been great wrestlers with stables, or that have led stables and been just fine without.
I have a feeling once the Wyatt family officially breaks up, that Bray Wyatt is not going to be the one that continues on.
Unless he changes.
Yeah, I think feeling Luke Harper.
Luke Harper.
Well, by far, he's the best in-ring
Right.
wrestler they have.
He was in
ROH.
ROH's
Yeah.
Brody Lee. I
Yeah.
mean, and we know most guys that come from ROH are hands down probably the best wrestlers on the roster.
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan, AJ Styles. Maybe they'll do JA Styles when he comes to WWE. Samoa Joe goes without saying. Although recently Samoa Joe came from TNA and not ROH, but Samoa Joe,
And we always know Claudio Castagnoli.
Cesaro,
Daniel Bryan.
Tyler Black,
Yep.
Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I mean, all these guys from ROH have been winners.
It's funny.
Punk,
Can't forget about Punk.
It's funny, you have the 3 Shield members, Seth Rollins, who is most well known from ROH, you have Ambrose, who is actually most well known from
there's CZW.
CZW, and out of the 3 of them, the one that gets pushed the farthest is the WWE creation.
Because WWE likes to make their own.
That's exactly what it is. It's a creation.
Because WWE will say they created Hogan, which they did.
Yeah.
But WWE did not create Triple H.
No.
Or
I mean,
Sting.
you could say that. You could say they made Triple
They made
H.
Shawn Michaels,
They made Shawn
and The
Michaels.
Rock, and Stone Cold Steve Austin.
But Austin will say that he came up with that gimmick on his own.
They ran with it.
True.
Well, but
Triple
They
H. Triple H. That's a whole nother show. But do you think he's come up with most of his gimmick, or? I mean, that's a whole other show you could talk about his
We're
family background.
Yeah.
we've got a 30-minute show so far.
it's not bad.
Not bad. But, but back to who's facing Taker? Anybody?
At this
Is
point in
Taker on the
time,
card?
I don't put you facing Taker past anybody.
Here's the thing with Taker. He's not, first of all, he's not going in the Hall of Fame this year.
No.
Because he's not going to go up with Sting.
Oh,
Sting
hell
is
no.
the headliner.
Yep.
I
think he should face Taker.
LaParca? The chairman of WCW? You know what? My thing that I wanted to see actually 2 years ago when Brock faced him, I wanted to see Kane and The Undertaker one last time, a retirement match. All of a sudden it goes dark, they're both in the ring, the Druids come out, take them both out, that's it. Kane and The Undertaker
That'd be
are done.
good. That'd be good.
I would have seen that.
Yeah.
At this point, Kane is kind of worthless.
He's getting old. He's only 3 years younger than Taker.
In better shape, though.
That's an understatement.
Are you specifying that you just changed his music? Are you specifying that the greatest WCW champion of all time, David Arquette, should face The Undertaker?
No.
at WrestleMania?
I was just finding something else music-wise that just happened to be there. Fun fact, who is David Arquette's stunt double in Ready to Rumble?
Brock Lesnar.
Well, that would be noticeable.
Very nice. Are you kidding me?
A famous WCW wrestler who wrestled
Wasn't
in
he
WWE.
still in high school then?
Who?
Brock Lesnar.
He's not him, that's what I mean.
Obviously.
He was in a boy band in WCW.
Evan Courageous?
No, another one.
Kidman.
No! Kidman was not in 3 Count! What is wrong with you?
Wait, Shane Helms?
Yes.
The Hurricane.
Yes. You're like Kidman!
I thought Kidman was in 3 Count for a minute.
Can you imagine that nose doing a boy band dance?
Well,
I mean, I don't think... The bad thing is we've been sitting here trying to figure out who would face Taker, and we've all been like, eh.
It's all been a joke, really. I mean...
That's bad. That's bad.
After the streak went, it's... Who cares anymore?
Right. He should have retired with the streak, but again, that's another topic.
Oh, wait. I got it. I know who should face Taker because he's wrestled one match with WWE before, and he wrestled with Vince in a tag team. And he wrestles only in white light, and that's God.
Oh, God.
Wasn't that against Shawn Michaels?
Yes.
Wasn't that? No. I thought you were going for
Mordecai? No.
Mordecai.
No!
Mordecai at one point was
He
was supposed to have a big.
He was
feud
brought
with
in
Undertaker.
with the Undertaker, yes.
I don't know where he is now.
Kevin Thorne is in the Independents, I believe.
You know, actually, you know what? I got it. I think the Undertaker should face Christian.
Christian.
Yeah, because nobody would care who won that one.
Just have him face Gangrel then.
You might as well.
Midian?
Naked Midian? No.
He's off cooking somewhere.
He is
He's off cooking somewhere.
But so what? Anything else we want to bring up? I mean,
Well, how about this? Since this was our first time ever doing, I guess it's a vlog or podcast, or whatever you want to call it on Facebook, those of you that do watch it, how about actually commenting below and letting us know what you think and what you want to see next time, what you liked, what you didn't like.
I mean, I'll tell you what I want to see next time. I'll tell you what I think of it. I think it sucked.
What is this, a promo?
It is a promo. That, you know. We'll see what happens.
Was that an 80s style promo or Attitude Era promo?
Well, if it is an Attitude Era promo, it'd be a lot more swearing.
Okay.
I could do a copy of Vince Russo's promo to Hulk Hogan at Bash at the Beach 2000.
Nah, nobody wants a New Yorker standing here giving some sort of promo about Hulk Hogan.
Well, I think it's time we wrap it up.
Well, guys, thanks for listening. As we mentioned before,
This is Trending Worldwide.